will be walking away with 15,000 USD and 100,000 diamonds, but also 2 amazing opportunities. This will be the first time this team will represent North America to the MSC, as well as the first.
Ooh, I'll tell you what, as if the diamond and prize pool was not enough, 2 international tournaments, MSC leading on to IESF, the first ever international tournaments that we are going to be able to see North America lead into outside of the M Series. A huge step forward, and I can't wait to see which team will lead the way to set the tone after the playoffs.
I mean, not only are really talented people going, looking at that short clip, it is beautiful, and being able to perform in that prestigious area, just like Liz said, I mean, not only will you enjoy the view, but being able to play even in that prestigious area, I feel like is really the big grand prize out of this entire league.
It's really a wonderful opportunity. It's like going to the Olympics for Mobile Legends, but for all of you, a lot of skins. So make sure you guys get that through, and we're gonna get this game started. Let's see the predictions of the first match between the Empire and Outplay. So we see on the screen all of our casters voted for Team Outplay to win. That is a 3-0. So for those of you guys who don't know, Team Outplay is the Ohio Brothers. So all of our casters think that the Ohio Brother will take a clean sweep on the Empire. I mean, Eunice, you had the best scores so far. How confident are you that the Ohio Brothers are going to take the Empire down with that sweep?
I mean, looking at my score, I've only had 9 matches incorrect. So I am leading currently in the caster desk right now. But I mean, if you can't tell by my score, I'm pretty confident. They have been sweeping teams left and right this entire season. So I do strongly think that they are going to go ahead and 3-0 Empire. But Weezy also voted the same thing as me. So Weezy, what made you vote 3-0 for Outplay?
Well, you kind of harped in on it, right? We've seen Outplay dominate, previously known as the Ohio Brothers, with a very strong performance against all teams so far. Basically undefeated. They lost 1 match, but won every single series. And that's not the easiest thing to do. And, you know, I'm a guy that kind of sticks with the numbers, and the numbers show currently, at least from what we're expecting, a 3-0 sweep.
I mean, there's a lot that could happen because the scores are reset. But let's see if the Outplay will outplay their opponents today. Let's quickly go into the draft of Game 1.
Now jumping straight into it, the first match of the day, the first series of the day for the semifinals, Week 8. We are looking at Outplay, previously known as the Ohio Brothers, going up against the Empire. This is spicy, right? When we look at both of these two teams, we would look at Outplay. They pretty much shine, right? They're superstars. They dominate in every single aspect, and we don't really see them make too many mistakes. But when you look at the Empire, they kind of had a hard time getting into that number 4 position, right? They were barely able to pass Fallout, honestly, by 1 series win. So having that set in their advantage, they were able to claim that number 4 spot, and here they are. So definitely the odds are not in their favor, but we got to root for the underdogs as well. Anything is possible, and we've seen the hunger from the Empire. We've seen Demon kind of perform really well on the Mage. We've seen Alex kind of swap between the jungle and the...
They did pick up the Phobius now, so we're going to see Dave play I'm just kidding. But Alex is going to lock in this Hanzo. The Pinnacle Ninja is able to go pierce through that back line, right? Which will definitely force Basic kind of to be careful when it comes to those team fights as well. But Best Player is going to go ahead and lock in this lane. A little bit worried now. This is a damage assassin jungler, but there is a Franco on the other side, as well as Mikasa running in. But the Demonic Force is going to be able to jump on that backside, especially Basic. So this is what we wanted, Weezy. This is what we wanted. Is this going to be the game? Forget the Fatal Links, forget the IMU, forget everything. We're seeing a Phobius, the one hero that almost took out BTK against them. So, Weezy, how are you feeling right now? This is what you wanted. This is a draft that you wanted.
I feel like the only problem with their draft is they don't have push potential. be able to
They
clear this
don't.
turret to close the game out. You're really going to rely on Alex going out there and pretty much shutting these turrets down. But you got to keep in mind, best player is running a Ling, so he can definitely find you no matter where you're hiding at in that jungle and take you down if you're not protected over there. So that may be a slight vulnerability that I see as we are jumping into game 2. Outplay up against the Empire. Outplay already has one game on their side in this best of 5 series for the semifinals. And, you know, kind of jumping into what we were talking about, when we're looking at these compositions, you have Basic running the marksman, which means if he can scale, if he can get online, get his items nice and early, he has the potential in the late game damage. But when you're looking at the Empire, they can win in the 5v5 scenarios, but when it comes to clearing these turrets and closing the game out, that's when they're going to have a little bit of a struggle. But when we talk about synergy compositions, right? Mikasa on the Phobius, he's definitely going to have a little bit of advantage with that demonic force, and then Demon, if he does pull out that fatal links to combo with it, you can possibly set an entire team.
Yeah, and I really want to see Mikasa take this Phobius pick to his fullest advantage, right? We did see them play it really, really well. I do want him to use it and abuse it against Basic, as he is giving all those dashes up to Mikasa, but now looks like Outplay is not going to let the same story happen twice, right? They're going to go ahead and make sure Basic is protected down there, as Shark is going to give that little bit of insurance, as Alex can use that Pinnacle Ninja and already do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, the only one who can really get back to Alex for the denial is going to be best player, but already a nice and early engagement. Alex picks up a kill, takes down Shard. It's kind of similar to game 1 when you've seen the Empire leading the way for the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, but the issue that I have with Atlas, right, he is a little bit squishy in that early game compared to most roamers, right? He only has that CC coming in with the second skill, a little bit of that freeze, right? Compared to like Kukra with the Tyrant's Rage and the Magic Ball is able to give a little bit of that sustain, or like Lolita with a little bit of a shield is also able to protect herself as well, and just like she loves to say, protect her teammates as well. But I just feel like Reckless and both Sharks running a little bit squishy, but here we go.
Blades drop down, best player able to secure that purple buff, and now a battle possibly on the way down goes the demonic force. Hoon is going to flicker out, is going to have to try and get away from Mikasa, but unable to. Mikasa does pick up that kill, but not before Reckless falls as well. There's going to be an eye for an eye on both sides of the table, as Jordan already trying to take down this turtle, but Pinnacle Ninja going out from Alex, is going to rush in. Jordan trying to get the denial. Alex finds the turtle just in time, 2-1, and one turtle in favor. Empire leading the way for the early game.
But bot side, Shark already being a menace over to Mikasa, making sure Basic is denied, but outside.
See best player pick up a kill, takes down Jordan with the assist provided by Yoreshi. 2-2 so far. The question is, who will be able to take advantage of this early game?
Now you do have to be careful. As we see, Basic hasn't been taken off the board yet. Shark has, which kind of denied the objective coming in from Outplay, right? Best player was also late to the objective, but this is what I'm seeing though, right? Alex is running this high and dry. Best player is actually running Demon Slayer on Ling, so I want to see a little bit more objectives being picked up, but Pinnacle Ninja, here we go.
He's gonna go out. Basic is taking some serious damage. You are gonna see Mikasa take a kill, is gonna find him. Down goes the Iron Hook from Reckless, not able to connect, and now Hoon trying to pick the kill is suppressed by the Bloody Hunt and Demonic Force. Reckless is going to take down Hoon. Shark now one-man army, 1v3, is going to try and get out, but just not really in the best situation. I think he'll be able to escape this one. Hit the fatal links from the IMU from Demon, who is going to secure that kill, but now best player rushing in like Superman, tips the blades, dropping down, is going to try and find a kill, tries to find Demon, is going to pick up all of his blades, but not able to find any members of the Empire.
Uh-oh. Is Demon and Mikasa overstaying, but Alex is going to go ahead and use a Pinnacle Ninja, just like you said. He's going to really be that push potential. Now, there is a lot of members going back home as they were dropped low that bot side, but Reckless looking for something.
You are seeing Reckless in a bad situation, quickly taken down by Yoreshi in the mid-river. 4-man team of Outplay right now, trying to find a way into the map. for the Empire. Fatal Links does drop down onto Alex. Immobilization tries to Pinnacle Ninja out. But Jargon's gonna crossbow tank for the denial. Basic is gonna pick up the kill. Demonic Force for the response from Mikasa, jumping on top of Basic. Is gonna rush in onto Yureshi, who did get hit by the Terrify from Demon as well. Now Basic still hit with the Demonic Force. Mikasa is gonna secure the kill. The direct counter over to the Wanwan, which we should have seen in the first game, but now seeing it in the second game, definitely working in Mikasa's favor. And you are gonna see a turtle be slain this time for Outplay.
Absolutely, and now that Demon Slayer emblem is doing its work, but we do see a little bit of a pressure coming into the mid side. And now the thing is, when I see these two teams fight it out, these high elo teams, they kind of don't give two minds to their sides, right? But they really care about their mid lane, as the mid lane is the most important lane that doesn't give up too much vision. But Reckless, look at the deny. Best player is blue here. And when it comes to these assassin heroes that requires energy, aside from the red, you really need the blue insurance, the purple buff, to make sure you get that energy back and to be able to hit your skills. The best player, already seen Jordan low, might look for a kill here.
Yeah, you are seeing Jordan possibly overstaying his welcome, hit with the slam, but on the other side of the map, a little Pinnacle Ninja action. Jordan now hit with possible tips of blades, dropping down, and the split on top of him. Earthshaker as Yureshi decides to jump off and get out just in time as Demon and Reckless join the fight.
And looks like they're still not done yet. Reckless already getting spotted out by Hoon. It looks like they're just gonna go ahead and disengage, but the top side, just like you said, Alex is gonna go ahead and steal best player's red and gobble it up for himself. And with the split coming in already from Mikasa,
he's gonna go ahead and claim that turret on the top side. And you're right, that denial over there on that orange buff, definitely a good read over there from Alex. And you are gonna see Outplay now still trying to find their footing. It still can be either side's game, and this is very close considering the Empire was kind of struggling to maintain that fourth position, and they're going against the superstars so far who have been almost flawless with their record. Outplay, and to see it be pretty much an even match kind of keeps you on your toes, wondering which way this will go.
Alex, he's hunting for Basic all the way to the backside.
He's trying to pick up the kill, but not in time. He's going to run out of that energy right before he can secure that kill, and look at Basic already getting topped off full HP.
We are, and we do see we were switching over to the neutral objective. We already see Empire already giving that front presence already, and now best player is now finishing up his blues and moved himself over to give a little bit of that vision, and looks like they're gonna look for a little bit of a trade, right? We do see Basic and Shark already getting enough vision, and Hoon also working as well to give that vision, but mid side, and looks like Demon might have a little bit of an advantage as he is a little bit late to the party, but
Fight on the way, the bloody hunt for the suppression. Reckless takes down Basic. Ironhook not going to be able to hit Shark, who is trying to contest the Empire taking any of these turrets. And I don't know if I really agree with how the Empire kind of responded. They gave up that bottom turret, and they also gave up a turtle and didn't really take anything in their advantage. And this is what we kind of mentioned, right? Those little slight pauses in terms of synergy and micro, and this is where Outplay kind of outshines them, and they got to find a way to keep it together if they want to stay in this game. So you are going to find best player pick off Alex inside of the jungle, and this is what we kind of mentioned. When you run that link, you have that mobility, that split push potential to hunt down Alex when he is not protected by his team.
The bot side, we do see a little bit of a punish Basic coming right back to help with the team fight, and concealed play coming in from Shark.
Yeah, concealed play on the way, but a little bit of a waste from Outplay, but they didn't really lose too much from it. Looks like they are trying to ease their way up on the map even more as you are going to see the Retribution go out to Demon, down goes the tips of plays, and you are going to see the fatal links from the IMU from Demon flickers out. Yureshi finds Reckless. Demon takes down Shark. Is trying to get out of there, but best player for the denial is going to find Demon. Killing spree activated. Jordan in the mid lane still trying to deny Outplay from pushing in that turret.
Yeah, but we are looking at Mikasa though, sitting at a perfect 88, 303, but best player also seeing at 302, and Yureshi as well. We are seeing two perfect 88s up on the board. Now Hoon has not been able to find kills, but is able to find those assists to help. But Mikasa coming in with my horse.
He's being such a nuisance to Outplay, but may be punished on that early aggressive play as Hoon is going to shut him down. Crossbow tank from Basic, doing some damage onto the Empire. Jordan rushing in like a madman, and Hoon is going to pick up the double, Mr. MVP, and Mr. picking up grass. Shark's not going to be able to get the set right there. You are going to see the bloody hunt for the suppressor. Reckless stunning best player just in time, securing the kill inside of the tier 2 turret.
Yeah, there has been 2 shutdowns now coming in from both sides. So top again taking off the board, and best player into the right hands as well, who did get a little bit of that extra gold, and we do see items getting picked up as well from both sides, but the gold is not too far apart as I thought it would be. We are looking at just a little bit under 2k. We are also seeing the scoreboard is the same, but objective wise Empire is on a little bit of the back foot, right? 4-1 turret trade mid lane is gone, which means it already immediately opens up too much vision with conceal play coming in from Shark. Might look for a potential fight here.
And Mikasa on the chase with the demonic force picks outplay. Can they claim some more bodies? Outplay on the back end, trying to get out of the situation. Yureshi and Shark definitely has sustainability, but the Empire has the numbers. Yureshi trying to hold them off, and now the Fatal Links from Demons from the IMU not going to get the stun, but Jordan going to shut down Yureshi nonetheless, as you are seeing best player still the purple buff, but now diving in with the Finch Poise onto Alex is going to Pinnacle Ninja out, but you are seeing a possible push for this Lord in favor of the Empire, but no, they're not going to go for it. They're going to go ahead and try and even out the map and get some wave management.
And that's what happens if you put best player on that split pushing jungle, right? He was able to take a lot. And only left with their high base round, but pressure.
Pressure with the Terrify. Alex takes down Shark. This is still looking really good for the Empire, trying to shift the momentum in their favor, take control of this game. Alex is going to use the Pinnacle Ninja, is going to go ahead and find that turret, and now rushing in, trying to take down Hoon, a quarter of HP. This play is going down for best player, 1v4. Finch Poise is out of there, but the Demonic Force for the chase. Is he going to be able to catch him in time? He is not, but he is going to spot out Alex in that bush and get away with a sliver of HP, and now with the sustainability in that region, he's able to kind of get back to full HP. Still on the chase, though. Alex is not letting him go.
Still
a flame
running.
shot from nowhere. What is going on right now? Just let that man go. Focus on the objectives, as you are seeing a battle in the Lord Pit on the way. The Fatal Links in. Shark trying to get a pick off. Hoon takes down Reckless, and the Lord Pit controlled by Outplay with no contest.
Look at Demon. This is kind of chilling to give Alex some vision. They still don't spot Demon out. Is this going to be something that might get their lore taken away if they are not careful? Alex coming in.
Ooh, Alex a little prematurely is going to rush in, trying to get the Retribution just in time. Can he do it? No, best player a little bit quicker with the Retribution. Secures it for Outplay in the nick of time. 12 minutes in, 13-10. You are seeing on the bottom side, Yureshi with the split, providing that pressure. 1v5. The man's taking on the entire team. Jordan is going to go ahead and shut him down.
Yeah, and that is going to be the EXP laner down for the side of Outplay. And that is not something you want. They have the frontline presence from Shark, but that's not enough. But look at the setup coming in. They are looking for an immediate pickoff as Yureshi has been taken off. It looks like a little bit of a revenge call. Maybe they are looking for a little bit of a mistake. Now, the thing is with Outplay, they don't snooze when it comes to these mistakes. If they find a opportunity, they're going to immediately go for it. You don't see any hesitation coming in for Outplay. Now we already see Alex denying this Lord push, and we do see best player trying to look for Alex's body, but Shark already moving his way over.
You are going to see Hoon claim the tier 2 turret for the bottom side. Best player making work with the tier 2 for the mid. Iron Hook unable to connect, and down it goes. Map definitely opening up in favor for Outplays. They are pushing in to try and crack open the base of the Empire.
We are seeing a conceal. I didn't hear it from somebody, but I don't know who it was from. But oh, Shark just getting, oh my goodness, dangerously low just by Alex free hitting. And now once Hanzo starts to scale towards that mid to late game, we are looking at a 14-minute game as well. He's gonna start to hurt. Once his items does go into his favor, he is going to do a lot of damage, but the issue is he able to sustain that damage with the rest of his team to give an answer, right? They are looking at the back foot once again. We are looking at 3k gold lead into the hands of Outplay, which is not too much. They have the ability to catch up only if they are able to take one of the members off inside of Outplay. And if you take a look below at Hanzo, right? He does have that Demon Hunter Sword, the Golden Staff, and the Corrosion, so he is looking for that Trinity as well. But we also see Basic coming online with the Sea Halberd, which means he's going to do a little bit of that damage, that frontline presence as well. Hoon coming in with some really good Magic Pen items, but the same response goes for Demon, so this is really just an execution. But, oh my goodness. Getting me a little bit scared over here.
Yeah, he's able to deny that iron hook over there last minute with that invulnerability from that CC. Definitely working in his favor, but just a close call. Talk about a speedy reaction as we are now 14 minutes in, slowly to that 15-minute mark, hitting that late game. And like we said, they do have the marksman in their favor, having Basic, who hasn't had the best start so far, but the later this goes, the stronger he will be. And once he gets that crossbow tanked, it may be a problem, but they do have Mikasa to kind of deny him, which we've been seeing time and time again so far. As you are seeing Outplay taking control of the Lord Pit. Conceal play has been opted in. Not going to be able to find any members of the Empire. Only lost the utility of that Conceal, but still has the map control in favor for Outplay.
Yeah, it kind of forced Reckless to flicker out though as well, so it's another utility burns, but it looks like they aren't willing to fight this Lord. Alex already doing a little bit of split push on that top side. Actually, Yoreshi is getting caught out by Alex right now.
Yeah, he's going to try to secure the kill, but this is what Yoreshi needs to do. He's running the glue. He needs to be that presence, that distraction to allow Outplay to take that Lord, and that is what is happening. Now Basic secures a kill. Is going to go ahead and find Alex just in time. Demonic Force winding down from Mikasa. A little too late to the party. Crossbow Tang has been activated. Demon takes down Shark. Basic finds Mikasa in the middle of that Demonic Force. And now Yoreshi on the split is going to go ahead and get the grab for the immobilization. A triple kill from Basic, trying to match Best Player with that Maniac. As you are seeing the two blades go down, Best Player is going to possibly try and steal the kill. But now Demon is going to shut down Basic just in time. Picks up a double, fine-tune the stun onto Yoreshi. And Jordan, Killing Spree activated, is going to take him down.
That was a wild fight. 3-4 trade. Jordan and Demon still up on the side of Empire, but Outplayer still has the Lord in their favor, and Jordan looks to deny. Oh no. Oh.
Jordan is going to go ahead and take down Best Player. As you are seeing the Lord crash into the high ground turret and burst it down. Demon for the denial is going to go ahead and drop this Lord. But still anybody's game. 16 minutes in. Base has been cracked open for the Empire. Outplay definitely has advantage in terms of turrets, but the later this game goes, the longer the respawn timers, the less aggressive you can be. Because once you're picked off, you're down for almost an entire minute, which could be the difference in a game winner for either side.
We do see already the proxy, but
Bloody Hunt does go down with an iron hook from afar onto Shark, who is going to use a fatal links to respond. And you are going to see immortality be proc from Reckless. Left alone, Empire's not going to take that fight, and Hoon is going to find Reckless.
And that is a roam for roam ultimate use, but now we are looking at these KDAs, right? Mikasa is looking at 4-2-7 right now, but Basic is sitting at 4-5 now. Basic is just gonna get focused in by Mikasa every single time, so he will be taken off the board a couple more times if Mikasa is able to land his Demonic Force in that backline side and only focus on Basic. But that also means that he is going to have to rely on his team to finish off the rest of the members. Now we do see the damage is starting to come in, which is making Alex's ult, Pinnacle Ninja, not do too much as his blood just keeps running out. But not only his blood, his health is getting taken off the board multiple times, which means this might be a little bit hard for Alex to engage because no one's really going to protect him, right? The only thing that needs to be protected is his actual body. But the setup on the top side is what we're seeing by Yoreshi.
Still being that lane bully, that menace that is giving the Empire a hard time with that sustainability. Just look at the split. Nothing they can do about it after they kind of banned out the Faramis. And right now, both sides kind of holding on to their high ground turret in the mid lane. And they lost the high ground turret on the bottom side for the Empire. So map advantage still in favor for Outplay. But 18 minutes in, like we said, that respawn timer is huge as we are going to see this Lord spawn in. And looking at Best Player already in position to go ahead and pull the aggro.
They already do have the aggro as well. They do have a lot of map control and ground control as well. We do see Mikasa trying to look out for Wanwan and Basic and Shark, but they are in the opposite. But Yoreshi giving a little bit of that split push potential, which forces Reckless to go back. And every single time Weezy and I've been casting, there's always have been a backdoor play, but basically Shark is losing patience. But Best Player just got hooked by Reckless on the map, but it's not able to secure that as the rest of his team is not there. But Yoreshi being a big body bag right now.
Yeah, and too much focus on him as well. As the Empire keeps trying to take him down and allowing these Lords to go to Best Player. Little to no contest. Hoon is going to pick up that Lord as you are seeing that Bloody Hunt onto Best Player. Crossbow Ting activated but denied by the Wind of Truncheon from Mikasa. High IQ moment right there. Basic is going to find Alex though. Swift split activated, possibly a grab onto Demon, not able to hit all the glues onto him. Mikasa now on the run, Hoon on the chase, is gonna go ahead and get a little bit of that additional shield. Look at it, the man is on skates right now as he gets the speed boost. Best player is gonna rush in, is gonna try and pick him off. This is a huge distraction, but not sure if that's what Mikasa kind of planned on, as you are gonna see best player take him down, and the Lord is gonna push in on the bottom side.
We already see the pressure in the lanes coming in from base and Shark. Then go ahead and push up that mid side and that bot side. And Lord is coming in, and we do see Shark looking for potential set. They're just gonna go ahead, but flicker set.
You see the Fatal Links go in for the stun and the suppression. You already see Mortality be procced onto Demon. Needs to get out of there, but is still going to try and fight. Shark very low, needs to get out. Best player is going to take down Jordan. Reckless still in the mix, trying to hold off the team of Outplay. Demon still there as well as Alex, as you are seeing this Lord make his way into the base crystal. They need to burst it down. They need to stop Outplay from closing this game out and taking another win in this series of a best of 5. Down goes the Lord, but the Ohio brothers, they Outplay, sitting strong. They are trying to find a way to still close this out. Base crystal at about a quarter of HP. Best player rushing in and secures the damage. Down goes the base crystal, and Outplay takes game 2 against the Empire.
Absolutely. Now this is going to be a 2-0 right now. Outplay is definitely in the lead right now compared to Empire. This is not the insurance that you want, right? We do need Empire to take a game right now, potentially the next game, or they're going to be going down into the losers bracket, and this is a best of 5. Currently 2 wins into the favor of Outplay. Now if Empire does secure a potential win right now, this could be a little bit dangerous for the side of Empire, which already secures that win for Outplay. So we have to see if Empire can pull off something in that next game. The Phobius was doing great, right? We were talking about that draft. They did harass Basic a little bit in that goal lane and that backside, but I still am looking for a little bit more answers coming in from Empire, as they weren't able to close out that Phobius pick into their draft and make it into their favor.
Yeah, definitely a hard game, and it's kind of similar. Empire had the early game advantage, but then they just kind of lost their momentum, as now we are looking at the stats. And that was a 20-minute game. Honestly, Empire definitely stepping their game up, but needs to find a way to close these games out and take advantage of the mid to late game. If not, you're always going to see Outplay kind of shine no matter what happens in the early phase.
Yeah, speaking about the game, 20-minute game, 19-19. Score is the same, but unfortunately, we do see the sub stats, as we do see it leaning more towards Outplay. We do see Shark coming in with 0.5 KDA to really protect Basic, but Basic's 1-1, let's be honest here. Every single time it's being drafted, Empire has been punishing it well. But we do see the objective lead coming in as well from Outplay. But here we go. Weezy, talk about this fight here.
Yeah, a lot of fights happening. Hoon able to take that Lord with that bloody hunt that did catch best player. And like I said, Empire has their moments where they shine, but they also have their moments that is their downfall. And you see Outplay kind of punish them for that. But we are seeing Outplay having, even though they're taking these victories, it's not a smooth sailing victory, right? We're seeing them kind of struggle in the early game and almost an even matchup, but once it comes to about that 10-minute mark, that's where you see them kind of thrive, and the Empire kind of looks a little lost out there on the objectives, especially when they chase Yoreshi. I think we got to keep our eyes on him, right? He ran that glue, he provided that distraction to allow a lot of these enhanced lords, evolved lords, to go into the hands of Outplay, but little to no contest, as now we are moving on to a little bit of the team fight, right? If you are looking at best player, he did pick up the rich guy, most gold per minute, definitely master of the farm. The carry leading over to Hoon with the most damage dealt, and looking at Yoreshi, the sandbag, like we mentioned, taking all those hits, that distraction on all these neutral objectives. And let's not forget, literally forget the forgotten one, Shark, as he's gotten 13 assists so far for game 2.
Yeah, and I feel like Shark has really been the one protecting Basic as much as he can, right? Even in that first game, running that Franco was not, it wasn't looking pretty early game at all, because the EXP double lane is a marksman's weakest thing, right? The early game presence, the really strong body bag, letting them know, you know, I'm here, you're not going to do anything to my lane, you're really squishy early game, so I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. But we are going to go ahead directly into that third game, which everyone's been waiting for now. This is anyone's game. This can be a win home for Outplay, or we are potentially seeing another match in place, but it's anyone's ball game right now. But Wheezy, let's take a step back before we even go to the draft, right? Empire has been doing well early game, actually. When we've been watching Empire play, they actually struggle. They're the ones that struggle early game, because they are running that 1-3-1. There's no damage, there's no push ability in the early game, right? But right now, against Outplay, shockingly, they are doing good. They are snowballing a little bit early, but the thing is, they can't hold on to that ball when they do snowball, right? Every time we look at the scoreboard, I call it out too. They are at a lead, kill lead, goal lead, objective lead. It's one of those. But now the thing is, once they start that, they gotta hold it, and they gotta hold it and take it down, knock down all pins, just like in bowling, right? But the issue is, are they able to bullseye that execution out through the end of the game?
Yeah, I definitely make an excellent point, right? We see them have too much of an early game advantage to fall short, and when you do fall short, Outplay is going to punish. And honestly, if Outplay was able to take the early game advantage, you would never see the Empire get online.
Oh,
so
yeah, no.
they need to make the most out of this early game potential that they start and find a way to pile up that snowball. But when they don't, run into that situation where all that hard work was thrown down the drain, and Outplay is able to secure a victory regardless of the mistakes that they made in the early phase. But we can't overlook the mistakes from Outplay so far, right? Early game, I'm not sure what's going on, but even though they took both matches, they lost in the early game. And the higher we go inside of the semifinals, the closer to the grand finals, the higher that ladder gets, the better the micro and macro have to be. And to see a team like the Empire, who was holding on to that number 4 position, took it over Fallout to be able to make their way into the semifinals, let you know that they're definitely advancing and developing even further as a team. They need to fine-tune the mid and late game if they want to be a force and hold on to a spot in the semifinals. As we mentioned, this is a best of 5. Whoever gets knocked down out of this series is going to drop down to the lower bracket. They're not out yet. They still will have another chance to fight it out in a best of 5 today, after the halftime, to have another shot to be able to remain in the top 3 teams for tomorrow.
Now, Wheezy, help me a little bit. What ban is that? I can't really...
So on my side, we got Hanzo. So looks
that's
like
a Hanzo?
Yeah, it looks like they got annoyed of the Hanzo. Maybe just denied it. I mean, it was a problem, but they just, like we said, it just boiled down to the micro and the macro. But I think right now Outplay is just trying to limit any advantage that the Empire has, especially in the early phase.
So now Hoon is going to grab that Valentina. This is not something you want to give into the hands of Hoon. He is a multiple MVP holder with that Valentina. We also seen it from Nicolette, from Ackerman. We also seen it in so many other teams. Yado also ran the Valentina, played it excruciatingly well. So Valentina is a strong pick, but just like you said, Wheezy, trump card is able to kind of limit that draft. But I already see 2 good ults walking again from the side of Empire. Now, the suppress, good, right? The Bloody Hunt, he is able to use it to his advantage. Feather Airstrike is able to use it well against the side of Empire. Now, I feel like you kind of still have to be careful when you run the Valentina on the opposite side. Yes, you might not want to give up too many ults, but knowing that these are really good high elo players, they will use it at their advantage. Flicker plays, backline plays, you name it, they are able to execute it, and we've seen it coming in from Demon, any mage player. But Shark is actually running this Grok, and I feel it's a little bit of a flex pick, right? That can also run it into the EXP lane, can run it into the roam position, or can run it in the jungle position. We've seen it before, and they can happen again. But we are currently seeing Basic run in this Claude. Looks like he has a little bit of a sick time with 1-1, as his KDA was not looking too great for the last 2 games. So looks like he's gonna run in for that Blazing Duet, and he's gonna now have Dexter at his side, and Mikasa running in his signature pick right now. It's gonna be that Alice.
Now, looking at this draft, I do see one thing that could possibly happen, right? Faramis is still on the board alongside Glue. Either one could be picked up, and honestly, if Outplay picked up the Faramis, ran that as the roam, and put the Glue in the XP lane, then they would have sustainability checked off the board, some group CC and frontline presence, some late game damage from Basic, and not to mention Hoon, who does have that IMU to be able to take a Feathered Airstrike and a Bloody Hunt. And now the Empire, doing Empire things, running 1-3-1. They're going to go ahead and pull out their trump card, that Alice that we've seen be a little bit of that nuisance time and time again. The only team that we ever see pull it out, matter of fact, and looks like they're putting everything on the table. As we mentioned, this is match 3, right? You're looking at Outplay. They have 2 matches under the table, under their belts, and all they need to do is claim this victory to get a clean sweep over the Empire and secure their spot in tomorrow's matches in the second half of the semifinals. But for the Empire, they have to win 3 games in a row to be able to pull this off. That is what we call a reverse sweep. And the question is, do they have the mentality, do they have the hunger and the thrive to be able to pull that off?
I mean, even though they lose this series, right, they still have tomorrow, or not tomorrow, later today, to try again. But I still want them to at least, even if they don't win this current bracket, at least take a win home. Everybody wants to see somebody take a win home against Outplay. We've seen it once, right? But that was kind of a little bit of a troll pick, but I want them to see it in an actual 5v5 draft. Now, Empire still hasn't tried the 1-2-2. They've been running 1-3-3 this, or 1-3-1 this entire time. So maybe we might see a little bit of a change coming in from Empire. They didn't have the split push that we were looking for, right? They did have the team fight. Every single time the Empire drafts, they always have the team fight. They have the frontline presence, the backline presence, and the beefiness, the CC. They have everything. They really do. But now it becomes on the execution towards the mid to late game that they struggle just a little bit. Now, Outplay, on the other hand, they have the all-round. They do. But in the early game, as we both said, they need time to scale. And actually, they haven't been doing too great. Let's be honest here. They've just been continuously getting, especially in that goal lane, they've just been getting harassed by Empire back and forth. And if they know these advantages, I feel like they should really just go ahead and take that advantage and just slap it in their face and be like, hey, you're running such a squishy comp early game, I'm gonna punish you for that, running 1-3-1, and I'm just not gonna let you get anything. They did that really well early game, making sure basic doesn't get online, right? But
beep, beep, beep. There goes the Faramis. It definitely is going to work in their favor. They have the sustainability, not really much to deny, and it's not,
So-
I mean, Blue's not going to be picked up here because Jordan locked in that
Rock
Benedetta.
jungle?
Well, yeah, this is going to be
This was a flex pick.
it is
both
a flex
of our
pick.
both of our
Sweep. And the question is, do they have the mentality, do they have the hunger and the thrive to be able to pull that off?
I mean, even though they lose this series, right, they still have tomorrow, or not tomorrow, later today, to try again. But I still want them to at least, even if they don't win this home against Outplay, we've seen it once, right? But that was kind of a little bit of a troll pick, but I want them to see it in an actual 5v5 draft. Now, Empire still hasn't tried the 1-2-2. They've been running 1-3-3 this, or 1-3-1 this entire time. So maybe we might see a little bit of a change coming in from Empire. They didn't have the split push that we were looking for, right? They did have the team fight. Every single time the Empire drafts, they always have the team fight. They have the frontline presence, the backline presence, and the beefiness, the CC. They have everything. They really do. But now it becomes on the execution towards the mid to late game that they struggle just a little bit. Now, Outplay, on the other hand, they have the all-round. They do. But in the early game, as we both said, they need time to scale. And actually, they haven't been doing too great. Let's be honest here. They've just been continuously getting, especially in that goal lane, they've just been getting harassed by Empire back and forth. And if they know these advantages, I feel like they should really just go ahead and take that advantage and just slap it in their face and be like, hey, you're running such a squishy comp early game, I'm gonna punish you for that, running 1-3-1, and I'm just not gonna let you get anything. They did that really well early game, making sure basic doesn't get online, right? But
beep, beep, beep. There goes the Faramis. It definitely is going to work in their favor. They have the sustainability, not really much to deny, and it's not,
So-
I mean, Blue's not going to be picked up here because Jordan locked in that
Rock
Benedetta.
jungle?
Well, yeah, this is going to be
This was a flex pick.
it is
both
a flex
of our
pick.
both of our thoughts were correct. Okay, Alice is running with the Karina, so here we go. So we're gonna see a little bit of a swapping potentially happen. So drafts are complete though. Oh, all right. So here we go. I've seen best player run Valentina jungle before.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know if you guys think in the every time somebody from Outplay has their lives on or anything, you'll see them run very obnoxious, unique drafts. best player has been running Valentina jungle. He ran the Lunox jungle. He ran the Chow jungle. I mean, he's ran pretty much everything. And the thing is with Outplay, since their synergy is so tight, they can kind of run anything they want as long as they have the response for it. But we're seeing a Benedetta getting Joe is able to go through the backside. He's gonna run with that Petri as well. But we are going to game 3, guys. This can be anyone's game. This is either going to be a win home for Outplay and a walk down for the Empire, or this could be another game into the favor of Empire as they will hold on to the last string. But the question is, are they able to execute this out? Going on.
That's right, as we are going to see one team kind of get knocked off today, as this match is going to determine who's going to drop down to the lower bracket. And from there, after the second series of today, the final series will be both teams from round 1 and round 2 competing in a best of 5. And right now, Outplay 2-0, having a slight advantage. Hoon picks up first blood nice and early, is going to go ahead and find Jordan before the first minute.
Looks like a little bit of a greediness, right? Being able to try to punish best player from in his orange buff. This might be a little bit of an overextension, so that is already a first kill off the board, but the gold lead is still the same, but the kill advantage is towards Outplay.
Yeah, definitely have a slight advantage, and that is not what you want to allow Outplay to have. They don't miss a mark, they don't miss a beat, but we've seen them struggle in the first 2 matches in the early phase, and looks like they may have found a possible game plan, as now the Empire trying to find some objectives, is trying to provide some pressure onto the top side, but the minions are falling, and you are going to see Hoon wrap around Iron Hook on to the farm, trying to deny best player's rotation. He is going to be able to pick it up. Down goes the Guardian's barrier, not really able to hit the mark, and right now you got to admire both sides pressure, trying to take advantage of the early phase.
Iron Hook running a little bit wide, not able to hook onto anybody, but we do see Yoreshi already trying to zone out this neutral objective, but looks like everybody on the side of Empire is already online, trying to make sure this objective does not get taken away by Outplay.
Yeah, you are seeing the turtle spawn in. Yoreshi and best player in position alongside Jordan and Alex to mirror them. Shark and Hoon are definitely joining the party. Definitely numbers leading in favor for Outplay. Empire needs to even the odds out, or at least take an advantage on the opposing side. As you are gonna see best player pick up the turtle. Oh my goodness, huge play with the wild charge, triple knockup. Hoon is gonna take down Alex. Hoon gets a double, finds Jordan, a triple, takes down Reckless, Mr. MVP, leading the way for Outplay.
That is a beautiful synergy play. Wild charge coming in with the King's Calling combo, as well as Ghostbusters coming in from Hoon, was able to execute that well. Now they're going to go ahead and deny a lot of farm. This is what happens if you get taken off the board, and there's no hesitation. But I don't think this series is going to be fun for Basic. He's been getting harassed every single time right now, right? Not having the greatest fun time. Always needs to be really careful. We see Reckless and Mikasa kind of working as a duo right now to make sure Basic can't get aligned too fast. So we do see a little bit of a menace in that gold side, but is that really something that you want to start with and not finish off with? They are making sure Basic is not getting the goal, but they're not following through with it. But look at the top side.
Yeah, you are seeing the top side pressure, and right now 4-0, 3 minutes in, Outplay having the advantage that they needed, that they didn't find in the first 2 games, and I'm really wondering how the Empire will respond. King's Calling dropping down, best player finds Jordan, increasing the kill lead 5-0, 3 minutes in. They're slowly digging themselves into a hole that they cannot find their way out of, and Empire needs to be careful on their next engagements that they take, because the later this game goes, once we hit that mid game with the slight advantage you already are seeing Outplay have, they're going to kind of shine and punish the Empire very bad. And this is not where you want to be, especially when you have no matches won so far, and this may be their final match before they're knocked down to the lower bracket. But still, they are sitting strong and confident. Battle on the way for the top side. Down goes the feather airstrike from Demon. You're going to see the Guardian's Barrier trying to deny him, trying to cancel out that ultimate. Flowing blood from Mikasa going back into the base, but Outplay still leading the way so far.
Now, Weezy, I've done enough talking with the win conditions. What do you think the win condition has to be for Empire in order to really make this draft worth their favor?
Well, definitely trust in Demon, right? Create a composition that rotates around him and tank mage synergy. Reckless and Demon need to work together to get some pickoffs inside of the gold lane or a possible pickoff for the jungle, as best player is going to go and secure yet another turtle for Outplay. All objectives so far have been claimed from them. Another thing we got to look at is micro gameplay, right? Do not fall into the traps that Outplay sets, as they want you to take these fights. They have the advantage. They have the numbers. Demon is going to find Shark, though. Mikasa, 3v1 situation. Reckless trying to join the party. Hoon is going to go ahead and take down Mikasa just in time. And now, looking at Outplay, is going to go ahead and try and clear these minions in the mid lane and possibly take this turret uncontested.
Yeah, just like you said, right? This is not the execution that you want, right? You were just talking about that mid lane synergy, but all we've been seeing this entire game is actually the gold lane and the roam synergy, right? It's going to be Reckless and Mikasa running in that 1-2-2 area, trying to deny basic, but every single time they try and do that, drop down basic low, there's just no punish coming out of it, right? Basic getting low by Mikasa, the Blood Oath doing its work and its job, but where is the follow-up? Where is the punish? But here we go.
Yeah, you're already seeing another bad situation for the Empire. The wild charge for the knock-up, and Basic for the kill in the mid lane, though. Best player drops down for the airstrike, secures the kill onto Demon, but hit by the Iron Hook and the Bloody Hunt inside of the turret, but the Colt Altar just in time from Hoon to keep him alive.
That is a beautiful save coming in from Hoon, but this is also Colt Altar gone, so here we go.
Yeah, still fight on the way, like the final blow from Jordan, trying to clear out these minions. Job well done, but Alex now joining the fight. One-man army pulled back over there by Hoon, and a Guardian's Barrier trying to deny his rotation. Just look at how hard Shark is hitting already 6 minutes in.
And he is being a huge menace already in the jungle, giving enough vision. And Hoon coming in with the Shadow Stampede and Ghostbusters, currently sitting at 5-0. Someone needs to shut him down before it gets too late, but Shark might just have overstepped himself in the jungle.
Yeah, Shark now trying to get away. Alex on the chase, but is that the one you want to take down? And you are going to see Basic kite that damage and allow Shark to get out of there. 8-1, 6 minutes in. Empire backs on the wall. Maybe their final game for this first series. A monster kill did happen, though, by Hoon. Does find Reckless, and now on the top side, you're going to see the Blaze Duet go down. Flowing blood from Mikasa, and the Blood Oath has been activated. Basic doing some damage on Mikasa, needs to get out of there. The immobilization too much to handle. Hoon is going to take down Mikasa, godlike, and now in the mid-river, you are seeing the Empire having the numbers, but quickly being matched by Outplay.
And Jordan might just get caught out here, but is able to get away as he is a little bit mobile in that area. We do see another objective getting picked up. That is all 3 objectives being picked up by best player coming in on this Valentina. Now we do see the mid lane proxy coming in, but Shark already forcing Demon back with the wings by wings over there on that far side. Now we're gonna see, but Yureshi
Away. Wild charge for the knockup. Hoon takes down Alex. Best player finds Jordan. Blood Oath hitting the Colt Altar provided over there by Hoon. For the airstrike drops down. Yureshi finding Mikasa. Bloody Hunt does go down. Iron Hook not able to connect by Reckless, but pulled in by the Spear of Glory from Yureshi. Hoon picks up the kill, takes down Reckless. Now you are seeing Demon by himself trying to contest Outplay from claiming this tier 2 turret and making a way into their base. There goes that additional recall spam for the chip damage. All they need is a 4-man recall to be able to burst down this turret, and here it goes. But look at the Empire trying to find a way in. Guardian's Barrier for the denial. A little bit of time working in Outplay's favor. Talk about the micro, talk about the macro, but now the denial from the Empire forcing them out of that lane.
And Hoon is currently sitting at 9-0-3. He is currently carrying his entire team as well. And we are looking at an 8-minute game already. Turrets being dropped down left and right, and there is no exchange and no punish responded by the side of Empire. And Hoon already zoning out the entire backside, but Hoon also has to be careful. He's not running a Purify, so once an Iron Hook lands, it might be deadly, but the question is, can Reckless execute that? But look at the top side trade. But here it goes. Jordan might just be sandwiched here.
Like the final blow, but unable to get away. Hit by the wild charge, and Hoon picking up the kill for the airstrike from best player with that IMU running this Valentina jungle. And now on the top side, a little bit left uncontested. No, you still have your Reshi up there trying to deny Mikasa and Alex from pushing into that lane.
That was still a trade though, right? That was a top side and a bot side, but mid lane is still up. We do see a little bit of your pressure coming in that mid side, trying to go ahead and take away this turret. But Hoon coming with a flicker play.
Basic is going to find Demon, picks up a kill with that Blink Duet and a recall on his demise. You are going to see Alex fall into the hands of best player. Guardian's Barrier going out. The Bloody Helmet, the Iron Hook for suppression. And you are going to see Jordan take down best player. The Core Altar has been activated for some sustainability. Outplay still trying to find a way into the base of Empire. They do have the minions, and they do have a matched up numbers 3v4. Actually, no, they have the numbers in their favor right now, and they are going to be able to open up the base. They have claimed the high ground turret in the mid lane.
They have, and they're going to go ahead and back off and look for a potential Lord here. Now, the base has been cracked open. That's not something you want to see at 10 minutes. We are looking at a very fast, one-sided story as well. The gold lead is about to hit that 10k mark as well. Hoon is just going to go in and be a huge mess. And that's what happens when you run this Faramis, the Shadow Stampede. You don't really have to be in their face with those buttons for wild charge.
And Shark gets a kill, finds Demon, lets the final bullet. Jordan trying to get away from Basic, but not in time. Basic has activated Killing Spree and taken him down. Right now, you are seeing a Lord still in play. Outplay, able to take this objective. They do have the numbers, but they may smell blood as they do spot out Alex trying to do some damage. Basic is going to go ahead and use that battle mirror image just in time to escape that Iron Hook, and they have now shifted their focus over to this Lord.
We are looking at the kill board right now, 19-2. Only able to get a pick on Shark and best player. Now we have yet to see Hoon and Basic just shut down, and if they do, that's a lot of gold as they are sitting at that high KDA as well. Now we already see a trade with turrets. Top side is the only side that has a tier 2, but we might see a little bit of a selfish game. Now Hoon is doing a lot of damage. He is also running that mystery shop, so he's looking for faster items with a faster scale as well. Usually, personally, I like to run Magic Worship if I'm the one playing the mid lane area, as he is going to do a little bit of burn with those builds coming in, but we do see the top side getting taken down now. This is all with the lane synergy. This is going to be the potential final push for Outplay if Empire is not able to deny this, and we already see them burning it down with Lord, and the hook goes wide. So, are they able to defend this?
That is the million-dollar question. As you are going to see the Spirit Glory with the flicker in, connecting on the Demon, forcing out the wings by wings. High ground turret quickly being bursted down by Outplay. Another objective in their favor. Only holding on to the bottom side for the Empire, and a hope and a dream to stop Outplay from sending them down to the lower bracket. You are going to see the Empire use the conceal play a little prematurely, not going to be able to find anything, but Outplay still maintaining pressure inside of their base. Shark and Yoreshi being some front line bullies, as you are going to see them make quick work of the high ground turret for the bottom side, leaving the base completely vulnerable. The Empire trying to deny Outplay from closing this game out. Down goes the feathered airstrike from Demon, trying to clear out these minions. Jordan still rushing in, trying to clear the minions as well. But look at Outplay. They are not letting off of the gas. They are trying to find a way into the base crystal, but minions have quickly been bursted down. Here comes the second round, round 2. Can the Empire hold them off? You are going to see the Blink Duet go in by Basic Altar being activated by whom? Basic takes down Demon for a mega kill. Iron Hook in the suppression. Basic finds Mikasa. Reckless takes down best player, but Reckless taken down by Shard. And that is leaving Jordan all by himself to defend against the 3-man team of Outplay, Hoon, Basic, and Yoreshi. And Jordan unable to do it, not having the numbers in his favor, taken down by Yoreshi, and there goes the recall. They're going to recall for some chip damage onto this base, take as much time as they can to claim their victory as they have secured their spot in the second day for the playoffs. And now this is going to send the Empire to the lower bracket.
Victory!
Oh no. Man, that game, a little bit too fast, a little bit one-sided. Now, unfortunately, this means they lose their chance to go ahead and take that win, or the first winning bracket, which means they're going to be taken down to that loser bracket now. But congratulations to Outplay. You do take a little bit of a break. You can take a breather, and we will see you tomorrow. But we are in for a treat, guys. We are not done yet. There is a loser bracket final as well, which means Empire now really has to kind of reflect, right? They did kind of have that, they had the chances they ran different drafts, they ran different heroes as well. So maybe take the time, composure themselves, and go ahead and maybe we might see something different in the next bracket we are going to see with the losers. But 13-minute game, 24-4. We do see a very huge goal lead coming in from Outplay. Poon coming in 10-0-9, Basic coming in at 5-0-10, and Yureshi 3-0-12. We are seeing 3 members on the side of Outplayers having perfect KDAs. As Sun Empire, they didn't have much answers as Jordan. Maybe the Benedetta wasn't really the answer for the side of Empire, and I'm a little bit curious as to why they didn't potentially run the 1-2-2 draft, as it could have worked in their favor, as they knew they were on the back foot for the entire game, especially towards the early game. But Weezy, run me through this replay.
Yeah, as you are seeing Outplay push through the mid lane, they know they have the advantage, especially looking at the KDA. You're looking at 10-1 on the kill board. Best player taking down Jordan. Ult being activated. Mikasa trying to sustain himself, trying to hold them from closing this game out. Yureshi finds Mikasa for the airstrike from Demon. A lot of utility for the Empire, but they did not have the farm to be able to sustain themselves in these fights. Hoon takes down Reckless 14-1, 7 minutes in, and you're seeing them inch their way up the map, and that is what led to them claiming victory for the series.
And look at the team fight. Let's look at the rich guy, right? This time it's going to be Basic, and Hoon is going to be the carry. Now, you really don't see the mages giving that carry role, but Hoon is going to go ahead and take that role off. But Jordan is the sandbag this time. Now, we don't really see Benedetta taking the most damage, right? We kind of want to see the roamer take the most amount of damage, but as he has that second skill immunity, he is able to. But I would like to see Mikasa take a little bit more of that damage, as she has Alice has a little bit more sustainability. But we do see the Forgotten One Shark coming in with 16 assists, and you know that he was out there with the wild charge plays, locking in with Yureshi's King's Calling. But here we go, we were talking about this. Look at the synergy between Outplay compared to Empire.
Yeah, a lot of synergy. Empire, see, they had the early advantage for the first 2 matches, but this is where it turned around, and we saw that first Maniac for best player. Able to find Reckless. Alex finds Shark. Best player picking up that double, finds his way into Alex, and now chases Mikasa, takes down Demon. And here it goes. The first Maniac of the playoffs secured by best player from Outplay. And now another look at the Lord push as well. Hoon able to secure that Lord from that bloody hunt that did suppress best player, and also take down Reckless, Mr. MVP, the mid lane mage for Outplay. Hoon at his finest. And now looking at Demon, trying to use the split. Looking at Hoon chasing Mikasa, and this was a funny part right here. You saw the flame shot. You seen him trying to run away. You seen best player trying to rush in, trying to get a possible pick off, and not really much Mikasa could have did there. I really was hoping they would have picked that Phobius in the first match, but I feel like in the second game they kind of just had a little bit of a harder time prevailing through this game.
Yeah, but speaking about that synergy, look at that play coming in from Hoon and Yureshi with the King's Calling, but also the Wild Charge was the potential that kind of gave the insurance, right? Was able to secure that team fight, put it into their favor, and we already see Hoon being a huge menace towards that back line, and the Ghostbusters, the passive, being able to bounce off of each other is going to trigger a lot of damage, and that just was something the Empire couldn't get a response off of. The damage wasn't enough.
Definitely not enough, and just an insane gameplay all around. Congratulations over there to Outplay, now able to sit comfortably and wait for their second match, which will be tomorrow for the second half of the playoffs.
And all I got to say for that series was Outplay is OP. They're overpowered. They've secured that first spot. I was a little bit skeptical at first, seeing that 3-0 tray in the very beginning with the goal laner, but the Empire was on the right track, right? There's always an opening that you're trying to capitalize on, and they continuously did that for 2 games. And with the third game, Hoon is finally like, I've had enough. I gotta help my pal out. I gotta make Basic not get picked off once again. And you help a pal out, you help yourself out. The MVP will go to Hoon with that Faramis, with that godly Farsa in the first game, as well as the TikTok tag. What do you guys think?
Well, definitely, like you said, Mr. MVP, kind of the glue behind the Ohio brothers, and now name change, Outplay. And honestly, that's what he was doing. He was outplaying the opposing mage, taking advantage when needed, and claiming victory.
he has, and now sitting at a perfect KDA for that last match, and also being that saving grace, as Wheezy and I love to call it, with the Colt Alter, was able to save best player multiple times in those team fights, and that's what you want. Just like Liz said, you help a pal out, you help yourself out. So he is the MVP for the series, and I feel like it is a well-deserved MVP coming in from him as well.
Absolutely. And guys, don't go anywhere. We're gonna take a short break, and coming back, we have BTK versus Ackerman, another highly anticipated match, and we'll see you guys back in 5.
We've got each other's back. We're the best duet ever.
An enemy has been slain.
The melody is my calling. The music of my bow will cleanse their hearts.
Legendary.
Supernova to the rescue. Music is the strongest form of magic.